Paper flowers are all the rage. People use them for beautiful embellishments for cards and scrapbook projects. But today I'm going to show you a project that uses the flower as the main focal image. To begin, I'm going to use a half sheet of Gina Design's Pure Luxury Chocolate Kiss cardstock. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4 inches and fold it away from the score line to get a nice crisp line. Next, I'm going to attach some pieces together here. Now, for all of the measurements for the pieces for this project, if you look just below the screen, you'll see all of the different pieces and exactly how large to cut them. I'm going to use a piece of our pink accent paper and a piece of our pattern paper from the Neapolitan collection. And I'm going to go ahead and attach the pattern paper to the pink. And then I'm going to add a little border by using another part that I cut off of the original 6x6 sheet of accent paper, and another piece of pattern paper from the Neapolitan collection. So I'm going to go ahead and layer those together. And I'm going to lay that just more toward the bottom of the card. Okay. Like that. Next, I'm going to add some ribbon. So I'm going to pick some of the pink ribbon and just cut it a little bit over the edge. And then I'm going to cut one more piece to make my bow. To attach the ribbon, I'm going to line it up in the center, like that, and then flip it over. Now I know it's where I want it to be. And I can go ahead and just fold that over, like that. Okay, now before I tie my bow, I'm going to add my focal image because I'm not exactly sure how far it's going to go over. So the next step will be to stamp my stem and leaves onto my piece of white cardstock. I'm going to use some Memento Rich Cocoa ink for that, keeping with the pink and brown theme. Stamp that right there. Then I'm going to add my leaves onto the sides. Just like that. Now I'm going to layer my 3 layers so I can position my focal image onto my card. Put this one onto my pink, and then I will place the whole thing onto my brown. Like that. And then I'll place the piece on my card. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie my bow. I'm going to do that just by slipping this little piece of ribbon in and tying it into a knot and cutting off the excess. Like that. I can cut a little more off of here. There we go. So this is just about ready to go onto my card, but first I'm going to attach my flower. Now, instead of stamping a flower, earlier you saw that I made a patterned flower out of a white flower by using marker and a pattern stamp. I'm going to layer that onto a white flower to make it pop a bit And then I'm going to layer another white flower on top. And using a brad, I'm going to attach it right there. So I'm going to pierce a little hole right in the center, and I'm going to use a very small brad. I'm not going to use a big brad, even though a big brad would be very pretty here. If you have big brads, you can certainly do that. But the reason why I'm going to use a smaller brad is because I'm going to actually punch a greeting out, and I'm going to pop it right on top of that. So let me attach my flowers. Oops. Go ahead and try that again. There we go. Okay. So of course you could leave it just like that if you wanted, because it is cute. But what I've decided to do is I'm going to actually put the word friend in the center of my flower. So I'm going to stamp the word friend using the Rich Cocoa Memento ink onto a piece of Pure Luxury white layering weight cardstock. And I'm going to use a punch that's a little bit smaller than the circle. It just fits the word. You can see what I mean. Because I do want a smaller center since this is a smaller flower. So there's my word. And then I'm going to use a pop dot. Put it right on the back. And I'm going to stick it right onto the center of that flower. Give it a little press. And now this entire piece can go onto my card base. I always put a little bit of extra tape around the ribbon. And here's my finished card.